Electronic products are powered by lithium-ion batteries. Safety concerns about those products are also beginning to rise. Lithium-ion batteries power devices ranging from e-bikes and cars to smartphones and watches. And while they are generally considered safe, they can be highly flammable and sensitive to high temperatures. Although there hasn't been a major increase in battery fires in central Illinois, we have seen incidents like a Sunday fire in a Bloomington apartment complex and a fire at Rivian last year. Now, if you find that a lithium-ion battery has caught fire in your home, local first responders say call 911 and determine if you can get the battery out.